What up, guys? Talking with Tonka, episode 35. Technically, this is 33 because it's a redo. We are back in the studio, and today we got Mike Cartel playing the drums here.
You see it?
Yeah, he's out here. He loves the intro. He loves it. He loves it.
I'm loving that.
This week's guest is Menace Cartel. This is a redo episode, like I said, because
Show is.
yeah, we get actually getting a little applause for these guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
I really like that
it.
new board. Love it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You're too kind.
yeah. Menace Cartel, what's up?
What's up? What's going
We
on?
here. We back.
We back.
What's up?
Co-host, First Friday, Poor Decisions own,
Welcome back.
courtesy.
Who would have ever thought?
I'm still surprised you show up.
I'm surprised I'm like on every other episode of this.
Yeah, which is great. You know, I like having co-hosts just because I forget stuff to talk about, to be honest. Like, I always forget, and like, I might forget something he might pick up on what I need to talk about. So this is good.
I think Mike and I know a thing about having a duo-ship.
Yeah.
It's nice to have.
We might.
It's nice to have another person there.
Yeah, so because this is a redo.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Pretty much.
I love that. I love were you a singer at one point?
I had a thing or two.
Oh, okay.
I did a thing or two.
I know you were a rapper.
Yeah, something like it.
nah,
DJ, rapper, hype man,
Yeah,
singer. What the fuck?
He sang a couple things too.
Yeah.
He used to show me some pieces he had.
Oh,
If you
let's
get-
talk about this now.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a couple shots of me, I might start singing
Well, sometimes
some
we
Maxwell.
we would drive on this Route 38 where we live, and he'd be in the car. He'd be like, "We're back on 38. We're back on 38."
Sounds like a car commercial.
Well, it's
Yeah.
actually a pop punk song that I
Yeah.
made into "We're Back on 30." I know you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're back on
There
38.
we go. That's exactly what it was.
Wow.
He wanted me to do it, so I gave it to you.
I love that.
Like 138.
We did it all the 30. Yeah.
Right. I like this. Nice.
Do you guys have like a brother kind of relationship now?
Through and through.
Me and him?
Yeah.
I hate him.
Can't
So it's a-
stand that motherfucker.
So it's perfectly like a
So
brother
yeah, I
situation.
guess if that's what you want to say, yeah, for sure.
I can't
Yeah.
stand his no good ass.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, obviously, for us to be doing this together and I guess pretty consistently
Yeah.
for this long, 11 years now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we kind of have to like have that understanding and I guess appreciation.
What I think is funny is like, I think it's a good thing that you just said 11 years because I didn't think it was that long.
Neither
11
did
years.
I.
Yeah, 11 years. Mm-hmm.
All right. So it is like a relationship.
I know they're best friends because when I met up with them on Sunday, Mike saw me and I was like, "Hey, where's Dennis?" And he went, "Fuck him." And then he was right behind me and was like, "Yo, brother, what's going on?" Like, instant switch. And I was like, "That's how I know they're literally best friends."
Crushed him.
Yeah,
I love that.
much.
He's walking up, his glasses are fogging up, and she's like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
They could have been within earshot to hear each other say both of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, literally.
That's hysterical. So let's talk about, I'm pretty sure, some people, know how Menace Cartel came to be, and like some people don't. So let's start on how it came to be. So I know I obviously heard the story once already, and it's a great story.
So I guess if anything, it kind of the link starts basically because we were in the same place at the same time. We knew of each other high school. He was
Yeah.
a grade above me. It's kind of the same circle of friends.
Yeah.
Never directly linked, like never actually had like a conversation in high school. Just like knew of each other and then
Yeah.
did know friends that we were cool with that we just were in the same circles. And then he was in the Cav, which was a music group, which I was aware of because, I knew it on MySpace and stuff at the time.
MySpace. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I knew of what he was doing with that group.
Yeah.
Obviously, and they were popular in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of doing it out of high school. I went to college in New York, LIU. Then I went to Rutgers, New Brunswick, and then Rutgers, Camden. DJ'd the entire time throughout all that time.
Yeah.
And then I got a shot with a high school friend of mine who was doing something at this place called Club Urban. It was like a really ghetto, not ghetto in the sense of like anything other than how the place
Hood.
looked. It just looked like a beat up
Yeah.
like club, but it was still a club.
So it was like Club 27, probably.
No,
Not even Club
Yeah.
7 was nicer.
yeah, no,
okay.
this was like, I mean,
They found a couch
yeah.
on 9th and Girard and was like, well, let's pick that up and bring
Yeah.
it to the lounge.
To the
And then-
bottle
and then-
service
yeah.
part.
Yeah, and then put it in the VIP area, which the VIP area looked like a living room
Right.
of a house, which was crazy.
That's kind of dope, actually, though.
It was
It's
not.
not
Oh,
dope.
okay.
You're thinking 700 Club dope, but
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was not.
This was like, yeah, this
This was like a crack.
You,
den,
yeah,
like-
you were like, why are you?
And
in
then the
this?
owner was like, I love this. This is nice.
right. And it was
Very
not,
nice.
and he wanted to do specifically a theme night that was Miami Rave Nights.
Okay.
This was like, man, I don't know, 2000 and like 10 or 11 maybe, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just like kind of ridiculous, like underage kids, like hella drugs, like but like it was literally the first time I was playing like in public. You know, I think
Yeah.
up until this point I only did like college stuff and then like a basement party in my house once, you know, like I hadn't done anything legit. And I wouldn't say this was legit, but it was kind of, because like people were paying to come in, so like kind of legit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did that. The owner was like, "Yo, you actually are kind of good. Like, you know, can you keep coming and do this?" And I was like,
You're
"Oh,
kind of good.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he was whack. Actually.
right, no. Listen,
It'll do.
that's why, right? I mean, and it was very much that. That's why I said kind of good. Like, I was not. I was just doing.
Yeah, the position is available to be filled.
I was doing okay, and I think my mind was in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right, and I really enjoyed during that time the full umbrella of like everything that fell under EDM. So like
Nice.
not just like the not cheesy, but you know that
I know
prime
what you
time
mean.
stuff. I'm talking about like trance and like everything that was surrounded with it.
Right.
So I took that into this like little shitty gig, and I guess like even though it probably didn't sound great transition wise,
Yeah.
my mind was there. Like, fuck, man, I know this song is good. So like,
Yeah.
it might not be great to mix into, but like, let's just rip it, you know. So, and friends were excited for me at the time, you know. So they're like, "What? You're DJing somewhere? All right, you know." So
Yeah, we'll be out.
so let me get to the amazing part.
Yeah, let's get right before Mike falls asleep.
Let me get to the amazing part where he came in as a special guest, right?
Okay.
Special guest Mike E, right? Since he wants to come in,
Crushed him.
Tell about this amazing time. So I knew about the Cav, right?
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, I don't know if the owner of this place knew him or knew the Cav, but there was some sort of connection. So he goes, we're gonna bring in a special guest, right? So I only saw the flyer. It's not like he was like coming to me saying, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Like I would just show up every week, like you know. So I see this flyer and it's like, I'll give you the flyer. You should make it the cover of this
I
episode.
will. Yes, please.
But
I'll show you how I looked.
but yeah, legend. But it's like special guest Mike E, because like that's how he used to go by with like extra E's on his name.
Yeah, all the like homies in high school. Yo, what up, Mike E? So I was like, how the hell do I do this?
Right. So I was like,
All
okay.
right.
I'm like, all right,
3
cool.
capital E's.
Yeah.
Mike dash capital E.
Right.
That's
So this is the flyer I saw. I'm like, all right, cool. He's gonna show up. Didn't necessarily know what he was gonna do.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it just said from the Cav, Mike E. So
picture Hansel when he comes in on the runway in Zoolander. That's how I walked in.
So
Yeah.
so this is what's funny. I was DJing at the moment he came in, and again, like Miami Rave Night themes.
Yeah.
So I'm playing nothing but like, you know, EDM music, but like, you know, like some shit I didn't really play vocals, which
Yeah, it was just-
which very early in our career, Mike will tell you, like for years he'd be like, "Yo, can you just please play more lyrics? Can you just please play?"
I'd be in his ear like, yo, a vocal.
Yeah, and I'd be like,
Well, you just become the vocal.
I'd just be like, yo, we need some vocals.
Why don't you just get on the mic and start singing on 138?
Because
there's only so much of that would have worked.
Oh, this kid was playing so much tribal and tech house.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm just
you know, for the most part, again, I feel like my mind was in the right direction. I go back and listen to a lot of music. A lot of it's like, oh fuck, this is dated. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna delete it because I want it, but like I'll never play this.
Yeah.
But I think I still knew enough back then that like someone would be like, oh, this is not a bad techno song.
Yeah. J. Roy randomly, sorry to cut you off. He randomly had a set at Smooth's, one of his Sundays at Wicked Wolf, and he played some NYC Underground tracks.
I love that.
Wow.
That was huge during my
Take
time.
your shirt off now.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like having my glow sticks out. Getting fucking weird.
I've been showing my age big time on
Like
that.
UFO
joint.
pants?
I've been like,
Such a big part of like my start was that New York City Underground, Louis DeVito, huge. Like it was really big for me. All that whole album, I run those songs like that's in my playlist because that shit used to
Ecstasy. Sorry, that's
Ecstasy,
what it's called.
absolutely. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
But so that was like very early to my start of just the understanding of that music because that was when I was in middle school, if I'm not mistaken. So like,
I was on my way to the club.
I didn't know much more than just
real.
that, you know.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
all right,
so-
so it's
So Mike shows
it's
up.
debut night. Mike shows up.
I'm playing all this music, right?
Yeah.
So Mike and I are from he's the town next to me.
Okay.
Where we live.
Yeah.
And
where is that?
I'm Mount Holly. He was West Hampton.
Okay.
Right next to each other.
Sounds rich as fuck.
hell
no, bro.
West Hampton.
it's the biggest melting pot. Our high school was the biggest melting pot. You had Hainesport, Lumberton,
Yeah.
West Hampton, East Hampton, and then Mount Holly.
Yeah.
So it was all walks of life under one, which made it
Yeah.
a really good experience in high school.
It was.
Yeah.
Still sounds rich as fuck.
Yeah. Nah, you want to go rich, you're talking Shawnee,
Yeah.
Lenape, Cherokee. Those were the rich kids. We
Oh,
hated them.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
We,
hate those
we
guys.
definitely weren't. But so
The hockey games were lit, fights every time.
So what ended up happening was we knew of the same circles, and one of the circles that we were both familiar with and really cool with was, I guess, like his town and my town's like what would be viewed as not the best areas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but like, you know, we were I guess, as they would say, good in the hood.
Right.
So we knew those same circles too, and we were all cool.
Yeah.
But like to a regular person or just in general, someone might look at those crews and be like, "Oh man, like you don't
That's
want
the hood kids. That's the goons.
You don't want to mess with those kids."
Yeah.
Type thing. Like,
Right.
You know, so it, you know, even though it wasn't
Bad
that,
news.
right? Even though it wasn't that, it was
Bad
all
news
good,
bears,
good
yeah.
homies. But like you looking at it, the optics weren't always that.
Right.
But Mike shows up with like 10, 15 people that are all from that circle that like, anyone would look at that and be like, something bad is about to happen, right? So what's funny for me, at no point did I think that, because again, it's like same circles that I roll with, that I'm really good friends with. So I just laughed because I was like, yo, this is fucking funny, because this is a Miami rave night theme night. He's showing up. I don't know what he's doing. No one told me he's doing a set or he's singing. So I'm like, he's just showing up, right?
Mike's gonna start singing belted verses.
And all he does is just show up, go to this makeshift VIP area, and just stands there,
Legendary.
surrounded with this hood ass crew.
Typical Mike moment.
While I'm playing all this like EDM music.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was the dopest thing that's ever happened to me. They were
Right,
like,
and then he came up to me like before he left, because he wasn't there long, 20 minutes maybe. I don't even fucking know. Like
Okay, Hollywood.
maybe that. And
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was just weird.
$500 to walk through the door, a bar tab, you know, and just the homies just
Show up, drink,
la, shots.
All right,
Got
see
my
ya.
cash, and then it was
ya.
just like, what the hell do I do now?
All right, see.
All right, we're out.
Yeah, like that, just like
Damn.
that. But he still came up to me and told me, "Yo, like I really fucked with your music. Like I like what you're doing."
Yeah, she was all right. It was straight.
Yeah, nah. But so that was like the first actual interaction.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then get out of here. And then not too long after that, one of my best friends, Justin, was one of his best friends.
Mm-hmm.
He knew both of us each real well. He's hanging with me. He's like, "Yo, Mike's like doing this shit. Like, why don't you like link up with him?" So I'm like, "Yo, call him." So he called him on the spot. Was like, "Yo, Mike, what are you doing?" "Yo, we're at Dennis's house. My house was getting rebuilt at the time from a fire we had in our basement. So the house was rebuilt, but we weren't staying in it because they needed to do final inspections. So there was like a 2-month period where I was just going there and like smoking, drinking, DJing,
Menace.
like, just yeah.
Being a menace. Yeah.
I was being a menace, right?
We got where Menace is from now. Okay.
Those were key moments for me to like you know, like those are I was really bedroom DJing, but like really trying to like sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had already did this Club Urban shit. It's like, yo, I just had a chance. It wasn't great, and it ended bad. But I was like, that was like my first taste of like doing something that was kind of legit. So I was
Still
like,
dope though.
yeah. So I was like, all right, let me keep trying hard to like sound better. So
Yeah, but then when did that Rutgers party come into play? Because I don't feel like we did that. I think that happened after the fact, and then we went to your crib.
well, yeah, because I was still in college throughout this whole time. So
we jammed out at your house before that, and then
yeah, and then when you, because that was the first, when you came over, that was the first interaction we had DJing.
Right, okay.
You set up your DJ equipment and we just rocked out. Like, so my friend called him. We're like, yo, we're at Dennis's house. Come through. He came through right away that day.
Bud Light Platinums.
Yeah, and
That was our thing.
Yeah, and
So when you rolled up, the house had no electricity.
No,
it was
I'm fucking with you.
it was on.
the house was basically finished.
Yeah, you just have to wait on the.
we were just
inspections, okay.
there was all the last minute stuff.
I'm
that
just
they had to
picturing like the house is like still got ladders and shit in it.
Sawdust, the plastic
do. No,
jerky.
there was definitely still like sawdust and stuff in some areas.
Yeah.
But it was like done. Like, it was basically done. So the downstairs space was like,
This could be like a good like after school special. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like
yeah,
this would be a good video.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Let's document your life.
we should.
We should hire a documentary.
And
Oh, there'd be such funny moments.
I
A
know,
lot of
it-
things we'd have to block out.
Oh, hell no.
A lot of
Hell
shit.
no.
Too many things, actually.
So at that point, I had just gotten out of a relationship, a
Okay.
long-term relationship, and I was like, I used to like buying her like bougie shit, like Louis purses, Gucci. There, that was a mistake. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something for myself this Christmas season, and Brosco was in my ear, and Brosco was like, "Yo, we're gonna do this right. Two Technic 1200s, a 57 mixer, and your laptop, and
Love
you're good
that.
to go." So I had these heavy ass things. You know what those things were?
I
like.
remember that moment, so I know how you feel.
Like the old
back
school,
to it.
The clip cases.
Clip
and shit.
cases.
Yeah. I have a tractor one right there. That's where I carry all my podcast equipment in.
I'm pretty
That
sure
was
they still
Dennis's.
make them like
Yeah.
that, or at least
No.
I buy them like
Dennis
that.
had one just like that.
Yeah.
With the tractor
I asked
S4. Is
him
there
if
an
he wanted
S4
to
in
buy
that?
it. No, there's nothing. It's all empty. It's a funny
So-
story how I got that. I actually hit you up when I got it. Remember
Yeah.
when I got all that DJ equipment?
So bought all that gear. Bam, bam. I was bar backing that Red Zone on 2nd Street. That was
the best
Now
DJ booth ever.
Bootlegger.
yeah, JJ Bootlegger, right? So I was listening to all those guys, and I was at the Cav at the time, and blah blah blah. So now my ear is in DJing, and like I'm starting to like ask the homies, the Denials, the Broscos,
Yeah,
the
Denial.
Eddie Edges, all of the guys, and
Ronnie, right? Did you know
Ronnie
at the
D?
time? Yeah.
Ronnie
Time
D.
capsule right now.
Oh
So
my
we can
God.
talk about
I'm
this.
showing
Go
my
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and then I needed to learn this quick because I needed to bring this on the road with the Cav because now I was transforming into the tour DJ thing. I wanted to step back, because the Cav was an amazing experience. I've traveled all over, done radio interviews, showcases. We've done it all. It was a great experience, but the music I was not happy with, and then
I
that's
feel you.
no secret. Everybody knows I fucking hated the music, but I was there for the ride, and just to support the homies and support the cause, whatever. So started DJing, and then Justin linked us up together.
Now, what Justin is this?
His name's Justin Dionson.
Dionson. We love him.
Yeah.
But
That's our
is
dog.
it Justin I'm thinking of?
No, I don't know.
I don't know if you met him. He used to. I mean, he would come.
Filipino kid.
He was
Oh, okay.
Filipino.
Swagged out
I don't
all
know
the
why,
time.
but I'm thinking like Justin Rockstar first.
Oh no, not Justin Rockstar.
Yeah, that's
shout out to Justin Rockstar.
Yeah.
Justin Rockstar, but no, our Justin. No.
So you guys know him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
thought so. Yeah. So that's when I think of like certain people. I'm
Kidding me?
thinking
Club 27, Justin Rockstar with,
Yo,
with
that-
the with the blowout.
No, I'm talking about like when he had he had a blowout then, but the
yeah.
mohawk.
Oh, Mohawk. Okay, yeah, he still wears that.
That thing is fucking ridiculous.
He had like a cut off like muscle. Like he would cut the sleeves off of that. Just be out and about at 27.
20-degree weather.
Yep.
So sorry about that. I was like, when I think of certain people, I'm like, who did I ever see them with? And then when they mention a name, I'm like, oh, they're probably talking about him.
Yeah, and Shawnee Styles was around, and Justin, and all those, like, it was,
That's another throwback name.
Yep, but Justin was our unofficial manager.
Yeah.
Justin just drank our bar tab and just like
And
was.
just was our entertainment. I mean,
just
but-
our-
That's a homie though.
Oh my god!
yeah,
I wouldn't
we
take
wouldn't had it any other way.
Oh, no other way.
We'll still call him and be like, man, listen, you need to figure it out and come back and do some things with us.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we went to his house. jammed out. I set up the turntables. He had his S4 going,
Yeah.
and we were just kind of testing each other's equipment and shit.
Yeah, trying to
stuff
figure
like
it out.
Yeah. So
But he almost immediately, I almost want to say after that first night, man, I almost think he was like, yo, I got a spot we can just kind
Right.
of like play
That's
at
what I
for
was
fun. And I was
You were
like,
like, okay.
yeah, dude. I'm like, yeah, what?
Tim Lou came up to
Lou,
me. and
Yeah,
was
shout out Tim Lou.
Yep, Red Zone. And Tim Lou was like, yo, like, I don't have anything going on Thursdays. Like, why don't you just play here? Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
just
blah. I
come
said, I
through.
can't really pay you.
Yeah.
I love how that works, though.
But I'll give you a bar tab and food.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Yeah,
and
and
you
Eric-
platinums all night and
and
wings?
food, yeah, right. No problem. Eric Denston was the bartender, which obviously shout out to him. But
Shout
he
out
was
to
super cool
Denston.
with us. And yeah, man, we did that for months, honestly,
Yeah.
and to the point where I'll never forget it. Basically, Tim Lou came over to us and was like, "Hey, like we want to pay y'all."
Yeah, yeah.
Just 'cause,
You're
like-
like, oh, now you're seeing revenue. All
Right,
right,
and we were like, fuck, this is awesome, right? And it was literally right around that time where Mike and I got an opportunity to try out to be resident DJs at Coconut Cove in Wildwood.
Whoa!
Oh, my God. I did not see that one.
With who was running that? Mark Roebuck, wasn't he?
Well,
he run
I
the
think
DJ?
I think he was the one right before. We played like their last year.
Yeah.
So, like,
Ah,
they were-
okay.
They were trying something completely new that last year.
Dennis, are you about to tell the story?
Which one? Oh no, no, no.
Where Mike got drunk and ran into the ocean.
Nah, we have.
That's happened a couple times, actually.
It was it was all right. We were.
I need the story now.
Dennis, you
Yeah.
know
Story
the world's
time.
gonna hear this now. This has
Yeah.
been a
This has been a thing
about
about us.
secret.
We don't even know why. Actually, I do know why we did this. All right, so like, we know things. Were, this was like really early. Like Mike, I don't even think Mike and I had decided to be called Menace Cartel yet.
So what were you
Oh,
called?
'cause no,
Say, did you have a duo name? Or
hold on. I missed a completely big part of what.
Okay.
It went from. Sorry for the tapping. You see the tapping.
Oh, he tapped you.
We tapped.
been tapped.
We went from Red Zone to Lit Ultra Bar. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
Lit Ultra Bar was such a big piece of us becoming Menace Cartel.
2013, probably around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I got a job bar backing in there.
Yeah,
the VIP section,
Mhm.
and wherever EDM was their thing over there. So he starts coming. I get him into like all the shows, and he's able to hang out VIP and stuff like that.
and meet, and more importantly, meet everyone that was surrounded with him. So like,
Right.
whoever the managers were, whoever head of security was, and like, it wasn't like a weird thing. Like they'd be like, oh, y'all are working with each other. They all liked Mike. You know what I mean? Like that. Obviously Mike got along with everyone there. So the moment they brought me in, they're like, oh, that's what's up. Like you're doing something with him, and then I got along with everyone there. So it just was
Match
like
made in heaven.
it was a real natural thing. So that that turned into me being around there so much and being so like, damn, like this is awesome. And I wanted to learn CDJs really bad
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the time. And I was lucky enough to become cool enough with the right people to be like, hey, like, is it cool if I come here like before you guys open on like a Friday and just like practice? Like I wouldn't play in their actual system. I just play in a booth.
Yeah.
But if you remember that shit sounded like a real club.
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
the booth. So while they were getting set up, I'd come there 2 hours before and just practice. Just
Damn,
like,
that's some dedication.
and
too.
I did that for like at least 2 months before
Wow.
like everyone was like, damn, this kid's sounding kind of all right. Because
he was practicing when Zed walked into like
yeah,
do
to do a sound check. Yeah, I never forget. That's how I met Zed. Like I was just in there practicing. And Zed walks in. I'm like, oh shit! And this Zed was fucking huge at
Yeah,
the
he
time.
was-
And
yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this is Zed, dude. Like it was awesome. I got to like meet a lot of people. When Tommy Trash was playing, I was up there. When who was the area guy? Remember he hated the one guy like hated anyone being in the booth.
Di Matteo, I think it was John Di Matteo.
No, it was the big guy, the one that booked. Remember?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I forget his name though.
Yeah. So, anyways, like it was, back then it was like they didn't want. It was like a big deal, but I was becoming a familiar face amongst the people who owned the place.
Yeah,
I was getting a pass. No, go ahead. But I was getting
I was
a
gonna
pass.
say, to give an image to anybody that hadn't been to Lit, you used to have to walk up them steps and there'd be a door at the top if I'm correct.
Yeah, people wanted to be like.
Yeah.
They're like, that's it. It was like that's the booth. Like,
Yeah.
you wanted
That's
to
it.
be in that
Two
booth.
couches in
There-
there.
there was a
12
couch in there,
crowns.
yeah.
There was two of them. They were on catty corner.
Yeah, I remember going there on like an industry night, and I want to say me and Nine went up there for someone that was playing, and I was like, "Fuck, there's a couch up here. I'm never leaving."
He just sent that one a video of somebody scratching. I think it was
Ghost used to do a lot of stuff. there.
he was there, and it was Ed
Joshua. I'm gonna get him on the podcast.
Should absolutely, especially with all his background and everything with the sisters and all that stuff. It's
He
great.
used to do a lot of stuff there for like industry stuff. Yeah, I think I first met Active there too.
Axta, man.
Yeah,
I gotta get him in here too. He's a hard guy to nail down though.
Yeah, he's the man though. So
Yeah, he is.
but yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good years for us. Like,
So your first gig together was at Lit.
I mean, if you
First like big form,
yeah,
like
well,
big
'cause
club.
Your first like real big, like
Yeah,
you went
Instead
from
of
Red
Friday,
Zone,
Saturday night, like a
like a
Thursday
Red
or
Zone to
what?
Lit.
absolutely, yeah, for sure, it was Red Zone to Lit. That's what it became, and we definitely managed to not like bypass things, but like we just got so locked in so quickly there, and we were cool with like all the DJs that were doing it already, and I think there was like a layer of respect already for Mike, just being in the industry and being friends with people who were already in it. So like when they heard that he was working with someone and they met me, and then they saw that like I was really in there trying to do it too.
Yeah.
I think like where maybe some other people would have been looked at a little bit like, what are these guys trying to do? It was kind of never like that for us, because we were very much like, yo, like we showed just as much respect to all the DJs that Mike already knew, that he introduced me to, that I was meeting.
Yeah.
They saw what we were doing in the circles that we were in.
Okay.
So it was never really like we had to like establish that we were doing it for the right reasons. That was already known. And everything else was us just earning us being who we were. So
That's what's up.
so that was established very early for us, which in my opinion, I think kind of helped us
Yeah.
like kind of like navigate it properly.
All right, now Mike, talk about Coconut Cove. How did that come
Jesus.
about?
Our friends, a lot of our bartender friends, right? LeBon was working.
Yeah,
there now?
LeBon.
That
Ryan
place
LeBon.
didn't last long.
No, we literally did the last year.
We did the last year.
They were open. It was, Ryan LeBon, Danny Kaye, Joe Chaluti, Vaughn.
Yeah.
And I guess they were having like this tryout to be like the resident DJ, and there was like 3 different DJ. I think it was
Someone we knew too was
it Jeff Omega?
I don't remember who.
Was it Kurt?
No, it wasn't me. I had the opportunity to go there. And it was like a really weird situation. I think Roebuck was leaving at the time or something.
Yeah.
It never happened. So
Yeah, we had to like try out. So
Yeah.
we tried out, and
all right. The thing about it was we had like 7 people be like, these guys, just because they weren't even really vouching because they thought we were great at the time.
They were just homies.
They were just like, yo, we love these guys. Fuck it, put them on here, right?
Yeah.
Because trust me, we were in for a rude awakening later on, but we were like, yeah.
But we
like-
were sold that this place was gonna be like Sunday fun day, like
Oh, we were,
full on just madness.
and more importantly for us, we were like, this is gonna be a residency. We had just left Lit, and they had just given us a DJ residency, which was great by all means. Like, it was an exciting thing when we left there, but this was gonna be our first like official residency where it's just us. Like, we're the main event.
Yeah.
All the time, right? So the sound of that from him and I was like amazing. Like, what do you mean? This is great. And this was we came up with Menace Cartel right before we left to do this. We came up with it at Late Ultra Bar.
Okay.
But it became for us official. Like, it was, I never forget, they had like one of those like
The boards.
Yeah, that was for them.
Marquee.
That's it.
Right.
That's what I was right.
Damn. Okay, Mike.
And I'll
Mike's
never,
on it
I
today.
never forget because we have a picture in front of it. But it's like Menace Cartel, whatever year that was.
We did the coolest pose too in front of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Really.
I'm pretty sure I was like this.
Yeah.
I always hit the Zoolander face no matter what I do.
But so that was it. I remember we were like, yo, this is our residency. You know, we were gonna be getting paid good, okay money.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been. Damn, what was it, bro?
it was only a couple hundred because I remember getting the offer for it. I mean, unless they changed it.
maybe they were like, I think it might have been 500 a week all summer, which like
I thought it was it or was our rent 900?
no, our rent.
Why does 900 come into play?
That might have been our rent together for the
Oh, okay.
you know, for the where we were staying, but I think we were getting paid I think 500 a week. Oh, and they included food. which was huge.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were gonna be able to get
When you
fed.
say 500 a week, are you playing there more than once?
Oh, dude, listen.
Oh,
this
God.
this all right. This is why I say that this summer was hell. All right, so all right. Before that,
Yeah.
we had to try out. So even though everyone that worked there was like, "Nah, you guys are gonna be good. Like they you know, like you guys are gonna get it."
Yeah.
We still had to go there and like do a set.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, cool. Let's just bring a bunch of our friends. So we look like we're legit.
Yeah.
So we loaded up like
Smart.
we loaded up with like 2 cars of like our homies to
Oh,
go
shit.
to go there and support us, which was a great look.
Yeah.
But as I recall this situation happening, before I left to go to Wildwood, I had like lunch with a friend of mine. I'm talking about like one of my best friends growing up.
Yeah.
And we're having lunch and I'm telling him about this and whatever. And for some reason he tells me, and I wish I like knew more in detail. I gotta call him and figure it out. But the conversation went like, you guys should have like a gimmick. You know, you guys should like do something that like sets you guys apart. And at the time, I'm like, fuck yeah, I guess you're right. Like, we were fresh, we were new. Like, I didn't really know any duos, you know. So I'm like, man, you're right. Like, we could just like stick out, right? and I don't know why this happened. I don't even know if maybe at the time I had it on me. It had to have been, but we went with like a fireman idea, like where we would wear these like we would wear these like capes, like we wear the
Dog,
fireman
stop.
capes.
Dog,
And these,
this
like-
is
and
hands
these-
down the funniest thing that's ever
and
happened to us in our world.
it sounds crazy, but we were serious. The thought was serious, which is the ridiculous part. And like fireman hats, like not real ones, obviously, but like
We
like,
went to Party City.
yeah. So I left there to get him. And I tell him about this idea, and he's like, "Okay." So we go to Party City. We get these capes. We get these fireman hats. We have them. We don't tell anyone about it.
Dog,
We don't even tell the people that come with us to go see us there, right?
Oh my
And then-
God.
I wish you would have said the story because, like, before the podcast, I would have 100% bought them for First Friday to make.
Bro,
it, while we were
listen.
DJing.
Bro,
Sorry,
I don't think we've even told anyone other than the people that were there, and like I'm sure if we told them,
I don't even think they don't. I don't think they remember. But we
never
chalk it up. We chalked it up that like this idea came from Keith
Yeah,
solely
from our
on the
homie.
reason because he was fried out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, right. He was. That's what it was. We were just fried.
Dog, he
And we
was
just
fried.
We just both thought it
And
was
we
be-
bought into his fry idea. Like it was insane.
So anyways, we go there. It's our time to play, and we put these things on, and we come out, and
You come out of like the kitchen.
we came out like they had like an outside stage area.
Yeah.
You know, so we just came.
We're like
out,
giving each other pep talks. Like,
yeah,
yeah, we
came
got
out,
this.
We came
Yeah.
out the side, and
Just throw
we,
these fireman hats on these
and
capes.
we
I'm
fucked-
picturing Lil Wayne Fireman playing.
Listen,
Oh
Same.
my God.
I wish we came out to that. Did we not? Please.
Just like the siren in the beginning and
I hope
everything.
for the sake of this story, we did. I don't remember, but we did that, man. And again, I'm gonna chalk it up to us getting it not because of that. If anything, we shouldn't have got it.
Did you have to wear the
They probably
fireman?
like, these guys are fucking incredible.
Nah, shout out to the director of like entertainment at the time. His name was Ryan R. Great guy. I think at the time, if it wasn't him, I don't think we would have gotten it or made that summer go by how we did if it wasn't for him. Because he was just such a cool guy, and he had a position in where like he wasn't directly our boss, but he was
Yeah, yeah.
overseeing us. But he was a homie. He became a homie really quick.
He was our roommate. He was our.
And he was our roommate too. But the dude was crazy talented on the piano. and
He's the
keyboard.
kind of dude that does dueling pianos.
He does.
Okay.
Yeah, he
He's
still
that
does
guy.
it. Yeah, he still
He
does
could
it.
play any song, yeah, and
He's so
he
good.
ran the pirate show. He had a whole pirate squad too.
Yeah.
They can we throw parties. The whole pirate,
Everybody would
real
come.
rap. We invited the homies to come down. Yo, we're having a house party, North Wildwood, right on the strip. You know, bam. So we have everybody come. We have a slip and slide going.
Everything, man.
But then guess what? In the corner of right by the keg is a whole pirate squad,
Yeah.
all dressed up and in character. These
Yeah.
these people were not playing.
And we didn't even get in trouble. Like the cops didn't mess with us.
No. But
But pirates.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mess
yeah.
with you either.
listen,
But
and,
yes.
and this dude,
He held us down.
yeah.
Yeah, even though like it was a rough summer for us. Long story short, we went into it thinking this is gonna be the sickest summer, right? but they ended up like working us like horses, pretty much. I mean, just like he would expect us to be there.
They split us up.
They split us up.
I was inside and he was in. Meanwhile, we
Right.
went over there thinking we were going to be a duo and
Yeah.
just party central 24/7 the whole summer.
They wanted when they wanted someone during the day, someone at night.
Yeah.
They wanted someone to handle band breaks. They wanted someone to break down 3-piece bands, and we're like, dude, what the?
Yeah,
What do you mean? You know what I mean?
they got us.
And at this point, we're kind of like, I guess, like in a verbal contract, like we're locked in. And I'll never forget it because keep in mind, we went into this just so like pumped. We're like, all of our homies work there. We got a residency down in Wildwood. We're gonna be living down there. I had never done that in my life, nor had he.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, like have a DJ residency. We're like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
But it was
Yeah.
a fire summer anyway, because like you're in North Wildwood, Tiki Tops, Keenan's,
we made it fun.
Echoes.
Yeah.
We would get out of work and just,
But-
to get home.
But you gotta understand that first weekend, I go first because Mike couldn't go that first weekend. So I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna go set up. So I set up.
He knew what he's doing.
Nah. The bed situation was a casualty. There was only two. There was one bedroom, which obviously the other guy got, and then another bedroom. Mike and I hadn't talked about it, but I show up that first weekend. What do you think? I'm gonna willingly go to the couch? I'm like, this is
I
my
couched
room.
it. I couched it all summer.
Yeah,
And
until he had to do something.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
I'll speak on it. You know, like, yo, I didn't get anything, and let's just think about it. Nothing all summer. You know,
Yeah.
we're in North Wildwood. We're resident DJs.
we live in
And we
in
live
eyes,
right-
eyes view of Keenan's.
Yeah.
we could walk out on our porch and look to the right. And
Nothing all summer.
Because you slept on the couch.
I mean, I don't.
because the one time he did, he was like, "Hey, let me get your bed." I said,
I said, "Hey, player,
My bad.
I'm gonna need that room real quick."
and he got the room.
So that's a good brother right there.
It was, he did well.
I feel like Mike held him down or something. I feel like just worded that story. It's like, yo, I'm getting this. Right. I'm sorry. Go
Nah,
you guys like
nah.
rumbled
for a little while.
Yeah.
It was willingly, but there was
That is.
he hated waking up in the morning.
Oh
'cause
Christ!
we'd be eyes view. Like I'd keep my door open, right? Because the AC.
It was the
situation.
ugliest.
And when
Ugly.
I like where my head was at, I would open my eyes and I would see Mike's face. So
So you guys
Mike-
woke up
Now
next to
just
each other.
look at my face. This is how he looked every morning.
I would wake up in the morning and like not like jokingly, I knew he hated it. I'd like stare at him.
I'd be coming to, just waking up, and I just look in there, and he's like this.
And he would,
Ugly.
he'd wake up in the morning and be like, "You motherfucker!" It happened like all summer.
I woke up next to Kurt once like that.
I don't even remember what we're talking about. I'm not.
It was at Poconos.
It was the
Oh, okay. I don't remember that, which is even more concerning.
which
but-
is no, it's great. Sometimes the
I
best
don't know.
mo-
I
the
wasn't
best
staring at
moments-
nobody. Like,
We've had to make do a lot in our career. You know, like
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's a horrible snorer. one of the worst I've ever come across. in my
I've
life.
witnessed it.
it's
This past
really
summer.
bad.
I came home so
Oh,
annihilated.
that's right.
Yeah.
Mike was sleeping on the couch. I come home.
It's
I
so
I
bad.
remember like vividly like parts of the night. Like I don't remember breaking the salad bowl thing. Like apparently I broke a salad bowl. I was laughing a lot. I don't remember that kind of stuff, but I don't remember
Yeah.
So you remember
laughing.
his snore?
laughing at Mike.
he's snoring, waking up to me, which is weird. To me.
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No.
We had that house in the Poconos.
We got super intoxicated. We could just move past it.
He doesn't want to remember. That's fucked up, Kurt. All right.
But sorry.
All right, just for everybody listening, go ahead.
So Wildwood first weekend. This is the first night of our residency.
Yeah.
I go in there. I'm having the night alone because Mike couldn't be there that first weekend. And just remember, we couldn't be more excited about this.
Yeah.
First night is horrible for me. Like, I didn't actually cry, but like it was
Eternal.
enough to make me cry. The daughter of the owner of the place was in there, and she was like purposely like scoping me out to be like, so you're gonna be our entertainment for the summer? And I barely had open format music. I didn't really have anything. And she asked me for Eminem, and I didn't have Eminem at the time, I remember. and she like was like, "You suck." Like,
Oh snap!
Just like the first 10 minutes coming in, or
this
is it
was like, I mean, not. It might have been the first hour.
still
or
very
so.
early.
And this is my first night, and there's like not really anyone there. Like, so I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So then she proceeds to tell me like, I'm the daughter of the owner. Like, you suck. Like she just tore me down.
Damn.
Like
Damn.
ferociously. And I like ended that night, and I called Mike, and I said, "Yo, I can't do this." Like the first night.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Whoa, what do you mean?" Like, and he's like so confused.
What happened?
Right? And I'm
He's
like,
expecting you to be like, "Yo, it's crazy." Yeah,
right,
exactly.
it's the first, so we couldn't have been more excited about this.
Yeah.
And the first night, I'm like, I give up. Like, I'm like, I can't do this, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like, I was like, I can't do this, Mike, for real.
Were those shifts like super long, or was that what you were saying when they switched them? It was like
no,
one
that,
day.
I think at the time, I knew what the summer was gonna be.
Okay.
But that first shift was probably just like a night shift. I don't know,
Okay.
maybe 4 hours. I don't think it was.
So
I
they
got
didn't
approached
prep
to do,
you
like, a
'cause, like-
double shift. That's why I was like curious if you were doing.
Well,
those.
if you were one person, yeah, because we got lucky. Well, we didn't look at it as got lucky because we didn't want to get split up. We were like, fuck, we just
Yeah,
became
yeah,
a duo.
yeah.
Like, this is not the point in it.
Yeah.
Then it just became, well, this is what we have to do. So this is just what we're gonna do.
So was it 500 each per week?
I think,
Maybe
I think
I think so.
Okay, well, that's a little bit better.
that would because
Yeah,
that would
and
make
we ate
yeah.
and we got to eat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah. Well,
because we still had to pay rent.
yeah, because we had our own separate checks. So it
Yeah.
was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had to pay rent too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was okay, and it's especially for like a first like actual residency.
Yeah.
But in the end, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the amount of work we actually
Right.
had to do, because the owner was just getting the most out of us. Like, he knew it was okay what we were doing, but we really should have just been doing weekend gigs together, and that was it. And then it would have been like really good.
Yeah, it'd been
But
totally
nah,
worth it.
He was rinsing us. We were working 5 days a week or something.
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
Oh yeah. And it got to the point, unfortunately, where like I'd be like, "Yo, Mike, you got to get here, dude." I'm like, "Cause if I got to get up early and go do this first shift, like, bitch, I'm not waiting around for the second shift. Like, come in here." Which we didn't want it to be that, but like when it came down to it, so like there was a way to change the music on the outside to what was playing in
the
the
in-house music.
Right, so I would always be like, the moment I knew Mike was getting ready inside, I'd be like, I'd start lowering the music on the outside to kind of like let people know, right? And then I'd hit him with the, "It's ladies' night inside, please go inside." and then I would just grab my bike, and I could see Mike almost like sticking his head out to like see if I had switched over, and I'm like running away on my bike with a 30-pack in my little bike, like just trying to get out of there as fast as I could. Cause
How
I'm like,
long were these shifts?
probably like 4 hours, like during the day. And
But like,
four-
during like nighttime shifts, we were both there. I was inside, he was outside, and if one was more dead, we would both try to race to get the in-house music go and
to
get the
other
hell out of
person
here.
on the inside,
Right.
Because we knew they were gonna have to go inside, and the inside person was staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an unspoken battle between him and
Oh
I.
yeah, like fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, type thing, like
I want to go party.
yeah.
So-
So it just became that after a while because they never got popping.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have been that way if it was popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The intent was to make it as fun as possible.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where it was like being a dead horse. Like, this ain't working. Like, they wanted it to be so family friendly, but then still be popping. No one wanted to go there. They
both.
walk down the street and go to 5 popping bars, Echoes, all those places.
Places all across the street from each
Right.
other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're like, "Yeah, who's gonna go party with the kids over there?" And we're all like,
No
"Great."
one.
That was
Yeah.
a destination spot through and through. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going there, you're going to hang there for a little bit. And
Yeah,
then,
during the day when it's nice, they had the outside area, but then they want to do pirate parties, which, no offense, they were cool, they were fun, but they were family stuff. So like,
Yeah.
even then, you didn't necessarily want to go hang there during the day.
Yeah. Terrible idea.
It was rough, but then it made us want to get more fucked up when we were done.
Yeah.
So that's why that summer was. I always
Sucks
said-
for the night, the morning shift guy.
I always said it was the best and worst summer of our lives because we like went out of our way to have as much fun as we could not there
Yep.
because of how much fun we weren't having there.
Yeah.
Going into a summer that we thought we were gonna have the best summer there.
Damn.
So yeah, that was our Wildwood experience.
Did
But
we-
it was great. I mean, we became like cool, and we understood Wildwood then, which later on helped us when like we started working out there again for different things, you know. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Was that like a rude awakening for you as a
100
DJ with like, getting more music?
Like 1,000%.
It sounds like a great lesson to have been learned.
It was.
I never wanted to feel that way again.
But I told, because I knew open format.
Yeah.
I knew open format stuff, and I knew about like pop, you know, through just like the Cab, I guess, and just them being on the radio, Mikey P and B Rock,
yeah.
Q102.
And I was very much not.
He
that.
was not, you know, I knew to download all of that stuff.
Yeah, but I liked good like house EDM music, and again even more during that time because I was like, dude, I was so locked in. The amount of like music blogs and everything during that time, like I was, oh man, the amount of time I spent. Like a lot of people ask me nowadays, like, you know, like where you get a lot of music up, and I obviously am very actively still looking, but the amount of music I got back then,
Yeah, he was on top of it.
you just won't.
And nowadays, like the music, like I'm not even excited when I'm on the record pool. I don't know
it's
about
rough.
you guys, but like
I'm
it's
definitely
just
you
like,
could go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and pick out 10, 20, 30.
and it's all remixes of the same crap,
Right.
and that's what's stressing
And
me
maybe
out.
5 new
But back
ones.
then,
Oh, dude.
there was just like I was excited to download music and get. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about.
No,
it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm
I go
tired,
on,
man.
I go on Club Killers and on. I'm like, this sucks.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of, I mean, I was just so early on back then. I mean, even the years before when it was all that, you know, LimeWire and BearShare and Kazaa and all that. Like I was heavy.
Wow.
I was even at Napster too.
Well, yeah, right. So I was.
Were you a Napster guy?
Yeah, when it first came out, when the
What
internet
were
came
you?
out.
What were you on?
I was LimeWire.
LimeWire.
LimeWire was.
Where were you?
LimeWire was huge for me. I mean,
Shit,
I
I
was
was doing
Kazaa.
ringtones for Nextels.
because I was huge too. Yeah, I was huge on
I
that.
smoked 3 of my parents' computers with Kazaa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Collecting music was just fun.
I smoked. I
was,
smoked with my parents' computer with BearShare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another good
BearShare
one.
tore me up, man. But anyway, so I started back then. I mean, I don't know how many of my collection is still from back then because that was all kind of, you know, some audio files are screwy back
Yeah,
then. and,
terrible,
Didn't
terrible.
even sound great, you know.
Bitrate was terrible.
But it started to like pick up then, and then it just continued. So a lot again. My mind was in the right place early
Yeah.
on, and again I grew up with family from New York. I was huge to hip hop. Me being Hispanic, like huge with Spanish music, like literally every week hearing it in my house.
Yeah.
So the mind was all there, right? It just hadn't translated into my laptop yet. It hadn't translated into figuring out how.
So Coconut Cove was definitely
woke me up instantly.
good. Yeah.
So
Do you ever have a woke moment, Kurt, in your coming up
I
experience?
feel like it is. I'm just paying attention to what I'll think of it at some point. Yeah, I like to be honest with it. I don't want to just make something up. But Dennis was on a roll.
You're here. I heard you breathing over there.
Yeah, I just trying to get Kurt involved here. And he's
I'm sorry, dude. My man.
He's so quiet
Ate
today.
that big ass steak, and I was.
Yeah.
he's just marinating over there.
See that pen while you're at it.
But yeah, so that was good. That was good for us. I mean, yeah, that was just like a real wake up call. But also we, you know, I think we were just able to kind of adapt, you know, figure it out, and that snowballed into other opportunities. A lot of Philly DJs that were relevant at the time and doing a lot of stuff, like, were already kind of like cool with us and messing with us.
Yeah.
So people were willing to give us opportunities like very early on. That's why we worked
a
with
lot-
Ronnie D.
And but I wanted to step in and say, like, a lot of it was networking. You know,
This whole game is.
the whole game is, and that's what I had to tell him. Like, he was very musically, with it, but I was more of the networking, part. And right at the height of our like whole thing, it was just like I had to take off. I got a call from Haven, and they had asked me, "Hey, we know you're like very much tied in with the, you're tied in with."
Right in front of the camera. It's like a puff of smoke.
It's nice.
Sorry.
Forgot I'm on camera.
We know you're tied in with the Philly nightlife and all that stuff. Would you be interested in coming to VIP host? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. But when I heard about the club and saw it and knew what this was gonna be, I had to stop everything and go and take that job just to network, just for our cause alone, And that was a good experience.
Did you guys get to play there?
Yeah, at Haven, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to.
It was later. It was later on that got to happen because it was like a conflict of interest. Me working there versus like playing. So I couldn't like double dip and stuff like that. Whatever. It was stupid, but
I did a DJ competition they had.
yeah.
Okay.
Once, which was cool, and then we later got to play with Chris Divine towards the end of before they closed down. We got to work there. Which
Okay.
was dope.
Whereas those connections that you guys made in Atlantic City is how you got Premiere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty
Justin Jordan.
Justin
Shout out
Jordan.
to Justin Jordan.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was. I don't remember who reached out to us for it. When they branched off, like David Mai and all of them, and Zach.
That was when they were at HQ with Angel Management Group.
Yeah, yeah.
Then that whole thing, whatever happened, I guess.
They moved over to the Chelsea Pool, and
Yeah.
then they started AC Daylife. I think that was the name of their like promotion company. So they were bringing some cool acts to that pool up there. Blaster Jacks was one of the last one, which we got to open up and close, and that one was awesome. That's where they did a huge blowout. It was like it was one of the first times they did it at night because they always did it during the day, but that one they did at night. So they were just doing a lot of events, and they were trying to still keep the momentum going with just like their promotion and the way they did things while Premiere was being opened. And then Premiere opened, Justin Jordan and that whole group went over there.
Yeah.
And that's how we got segued into being a part of them.
That's awesome.
Which was real sick because
You probably got to meet a lot of cool people over there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean we got to real early. We opened up for Little John. We opened up for
We played the first song in that place.
We did, yeah. We did. Yeah.
And he was late, and I was like nervous as hell.
Yeah.
And like
Literally their first time ever being open.
Right.
We did it
Why
there.
were you late?
I don't remember.
I don't know why the hell you're.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's an irrelevant question.
That's more of like a me question. Why am I?
I'm
like-
punctual as hell.
Yeah, he
so
really
it
is.
must have been something serious because I'm not late.
You weren't
Yeah.
that. He wasn't that far off. But I just remember like,
Yeah.
where the hell is he? Like, and
Yeah.
then hey, get the music on. I'm like, fuck. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys share a laptop or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like that night, what did you have the laptop?
I think he had a USB.
Oh, okay.
We always had like a USB situation set up.
It's smart.
Yeah. I mean, because you do never know.
Never. Nowadays, like
Yeah.
I carry my backup hard drive with me,
Yeah.
the backup of that hard drive. I carry
The
everything.
new CDJs now don't even have a disk drive, so that used to be my backup. Which
Oh,
was
you just
having
have backup
CD.
disc?
Oh.
Well, I
Never
have
had.
backup discs, the regular
True.
disc, an actual CD at the
True,
time.
I
Now
mean-
it's pretty legit now, but you have to carry USBs.
Yeah,
on
nah.
you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, that was always. I mean, we always did, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, so that was real. I mean, we got super lucky there. And then honestly, I'm trying to think of. Wasn't he the first one? Didn't he move over back? Who first opened up HQ the second time? It was always Manny at the beginning. The second time HQ2 opened
Yeah.
up, it was Manny always.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it was.
Yeah, he was always in charge of the DJs over there, and I think Zach opened up the second time, right?
So we worked with Manny. I knew Manny because Chris Divine worked at Motorano's
Mm-hmm.
in AC, and Manny ran Motorano's,
Okay.
and then Manny left AC and went to Stratus.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's where I'm at now.
So he was him. It was David Mai and him
Yeah.
and Manny that were doing Stratus. So
Yeah.
I worked there during their time there.
I learned that when I had David Mai on. I didn't know he was part of Stratus. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was there the entire time they were there. So I knew that, and then Manny left, and then went back to AC to do HQ, and then we started working at HQ.
David Mai would always drink my drinks.
Yeah, he always drank.
He
that
always
thing.
sipped my drinks.
He would get us our drinks, and then he'd like, let me try that.
Right. He'll just be bouncing around. Right. It's
Yeah.
it's the funniest thing with
Ongoing
like
thing with him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'll just come back and be like,
shout out David Mai.
yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
David Mai. He'll just be like,
good.
and just go and do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Do you think that was him like testing his bartenders and being like making sure that everything?
Nah,
was
I
just think he needed a scotch.
He wanted a taste of
scotch.
drink.
trying to make a method to the mouth, trying to be
He
a
just
nice-
needed a
That's
mere
a-
skosh.
He
The
just
word of the day, skosh.
Oh, skosh is everything. Like
we scotch it all the time.
yeah, like if he's got a couple apples, like let me get a skosh. Meaning that means a small sip of something.
In
But
what
we use
language?
We just call it a sponge.
Sponge?
Yeah.
Close, I never
You
call it.
take everything in. You don't give it back.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I never heard of that word before.
Hit him
Look
with
it up.
scotch. Yeah,
Skosh.
Google it.
Skosh.
Or he's like, let me hit that little skosh. We got our own language going. That's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that to me, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck.
And it's okay. Like you just kind of have to just go.
Now
with
that I
it.
know. No,
Yeah,
no.
sometimes
We're like,
I'm just like, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so that was a good. That was it got us locked in there pretty well.
That's
We
what's
also
up.
we also did.
That-
There was a bit between time where we did Wave. Like when Wave was open.
Open and close. Live with Rocco.
they
Q2.
they lasted like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how quick they went. But
No one wanted to go there, man. You know where they fucked
That
up?
was tough.
You know where they fucked up?
Mm.
They should have had a fucking golf carts running you down there.
yeah,
A what?
Golf carts running
yeah,
you down there.
Yeah, or direct. Yeah.
No one
but
wanted to walk down that
Some
pier.
sort of shuttle. Yeah, that was a walk.
we did like I don't know. We did maybe. I don't remember exactly, but in the months that they were open, we probably played there like 6 times, maybe. 8
We
times.
headlined a couple, and then we opened
a
for.
couple. But yo, I can't front because as much as I know that place failed, I know every time we were there.
The production value was on point.
And no, but every time we were there, it was like busy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't slow. So we're like, damn, this sucks because we knew they were failing. We knew they were gonna fail. It was like everyone knew it, but every time.
But for the time we were there, it was fun.
Every time
like
we
I
were
said,
there,
the
They're probably
production
giving
value.
the bar away just to get people in the door.
Yeah, pretty much. They had these crazy lasers going
You
on.
gotta think about it, man. Girls in heels and shit. They're not gonna walk
Yeah,
from the beginning
that was
of
a hard
season
walk.
all the way
it
to
was,
the end.
It was a rough setup, but again, like every time we played there, we had ridiculous nights,
Yeah.
and we still have like photos and videos that like could back it up 100%. Like,
Yeah.
we had.
I went there. It was
nights
9
that
and
were
Vito
nuts.
G
Yeah.
for opening night, which
Yeah.
Shawnee Styles was the host. I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was I right? I'm right?
Maybe.
Wasn't it?
I thought their opening night was Skrillex, but
Yeah.
Maybe there's the first industry night I'm talking.
probably
I
yeah,
don't
because they went balls to the wall when they first opened. They had Skrillex. They blew so much money. Like I don't remember the exact number, but I remember it was an astronomical number they paid for Skrillex. It absolutely like
That's probably why they went
sold out.
financially, Yeah.
But yeah, I mean
Damn.
that place, yeah,
They just went for it.
they just went.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Shooting
Yeah.
your shot.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mike,
yeah,
Mike, do you like shooting your shot, Mike?
A big shooter.
Big shooter.
You have to be.
Dennis, do you like shooting your shot?
I shoot my shot, man.
You got to shoot the shots, and I tell the single homies
Are we
that
talking
this,
about taking chances or
Just taking chances. yeah.
yeah, but this goes into like dating and girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shoot the shot, man. Just fire away. I'm talking like like a Tech 9. It's gonna hit one of them, like that's just the way I look at shit.
Is that how you find unicorns, Mike?
She's out there somewhere, but yeah, I'm all wifed up now. So that's-
you are?
yeah, pretty recently, yeah. so-
Congratulations.
Yep.
Is that
she came out on Sunday?
the one I saw you in the story with on Instagram?
You did. Yep.
Yeah, Mike's in love when he's on Instagram.
Yep.
It's either it's either your daughter, jiu-jitsu, and then nothing, and then
car videos. Just
yeah.
Ryan LeBon's like, great, another car video. Thanks, dude. We appreciate it. Crushes me all the time.
Yeah. Your daughter's growing like a little weed too.
It's nuts, man.
It's crazy.
She's
And
like a little homie now.
The
She is.
personality. I mean, Mike is a interesting character in general. But he is funny.
How old is she now?
She's going 6, going on freaking 16. 7. She's gonna be 7 in February, man.
Oh my
It's nuts.
god,
Dude.
that's crazy. It's funny. I used to see. I guess you used to roommate with LeBon, right? Ryan LeBon.
We right now.
Oh yeah, because I see he would watch her. I guess sometimes, and then he would post like funny videos of her.
That's his thing, like she loves putting on a show for him, and he's like, all right, now like flip off the couch, and I'm like, do not flip off the couch, please. Oh my god, and she's like, yeah, let's do it,
Does she call you Uncle Dennis?
So
Yeah,
I've been lucky enough to had seen her when she was really young and like still come around her now. And again, I can't explain to you how often like the energy that she feeds me. I'm like, you are Mike. This is
she looks just like you. So
yeah,
It's crazy because I've been trying to take her mom on the Maury, and see if that's gonna work out. But apparently not. Like, yeah, that's a losing case. That's a losing case for me.
She looks just like you.
Yeah.
If you had your long hair and you guys took a side by side, you shaved your beard.
Yeah, and it's funny because her sister crushed me early in the game. I was just like, "You think I could take her on morning?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." You shit her out, like, okay.
Yeah, it's all in her face.
So I ask a lot of DJs with I ask Kurt, like DJs that have like a like a family now. Like,
Sure.
yeah. How is it? How does it work for you?
It's great. Just like being like
Being able to be a dad and still do the nightlife stuff.
It's tough. In that respect, it's definitely tough. He'll tell you. I actually quit DJing for like 3 months recently because, like when she was younger, she'd be getting, she'd get all down like, oh, like daddy's got to work this weekend. You're going to grandmom's, and shout out to my parents for always holding it down for me to be able to, to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And she would get upset, and it just got to a point recently where I wasn't having it anymore. Like, that's not the history I'm going to write for her, growing up.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I had to tell him, like, listen, I need to, you want me to hang out with you? Great. I'm not going to work tonight. And then that just trickled on for about like 3 months. And I stopped. I don't know if you guys even caught on, but yeah, it's, you see him DJing.
Yeah, I did notice sometimes you're not around.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely go through those phases with DJing. I'm not afraid to say this. It's just like, it's been 11 years and longer for me in nightlife, and like I'm tired. You know what it boils down to. And,
You're seeing the future and like what's important.
What's
in your
important,
life. Yeah.
right?
And like her memories of you.
1000%, and that's not gonna. Yeah, nothing's gonna fuck with that. And I'm just like.
So now that you're back around, you have a better arrangement now?
Well, so now she's gotten to the point where she doesn't want to hang out with me. she's getting the tables have turned. So like she'll be like, oh, and my niece and my nephew are always at my parents' house on the weekends. So she's like, Dad, I kind of like, what do you want to do? You want to go bowling? You want to go? What are we doing tonight? She's like, oh, Dad, like I kind of want to go hang out with Autumn. And I'm like, you're killing my pockets, kid. Like, what are we doing? So now I'm like, what do you want to do? And she wants to hang out with Autumn. So like, good. I'm going to make some money. Yeah. They're a couple years off.
I had a cousin that I grew up with. We were around the same age, so that's important because it makes the family bond a little stronger.
It does, and like I want her to know that Daddy sacrificed for her, and in the times that she needed me, I was there.
Yeah.
So,
she won't forget that.
Hell no, she better not. So yeah, but
Kurt can't even talk.
She gonna learn today. What also
I'm sorry.
What also happens with me is just like, yeah, sure, I get tired of nightlife and stuff like that, but I also miss playing.
Yeah.
I'm a performer.
That's what brought me back, man.
I'm a performer at heart, man, and I just that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
And then like as much as I can't stand his ass, like I miss jamming out with him.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
He just rolls his eyes.
Fucking smiling.
Yeah. We are brothers in the true sense, man.
So are you guys? You're both of like Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right?
I'm Colombian. He's
Puerto Rican.
So is that like I know yours spilled over into DJing. Does yours spill over a little bit? Puerto Rican?
Do you want me to tell him, or
you can just relax? I'm 100% Puerto Rican, but I'm Puerto Rican because I can't speak it.
Do your parents speak it?
Yeah, fluently. They tried to teach us when we were younger, and we were like, nah, like Spanish is yucky, all three of us, and we never learned it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and he don't understand it.
Because I always when I bring Grisella, I make them talk in Spanish because like
what do you think he literally I'll watch a girl come over. I'll like see him in my peripherals like talking, and he'll literally step out the way and just slide me over. And I'll immediately be like,
or I'll slide that person on over like
one or the other, and it's like 9 times out of 10 someone speaking Spanish to him.
Sick.
Do your parents try to teach your daughter Spanish?
They have no choice. I'm like, yo, listen, you're not gonna run this back. When she's over here, she's got better words than I do right now. So I'm learning with her, and I was actually doing Duolingo for a little bit and started so now I'm at a point where I can kind of bits and pieces catch on to what's being said, but I can't have a fluid conversation.
That'd be cool though. They taught your daughter because then
that's
huge.
Yeah, she's learning. But it's crazy because when I go to the island and I've been there for a week, maybe 2 weeks, I start to pick it up quick. And then as soon as I go home, it's out.
So when you were growing up, it was a bilingual household?
Yeah, I mean, till this day, my mom only speaks Spanish.
Yeah, only.
Wow.
Only.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so you
So
know,
Mike goes over there. He's just like, hey,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, no,
Is this new? Is this new?
look at me. I'm just like, yes.
yeah, like my mom can like obviously defend herself in English for sure and like
Yeah.
understand, but like she's speaking Spanish all the time at home.
Yeah, yeah.
She has my whole life, so I mean,
So,
I've always.
Do you like Spanish music, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. I play what my parents listen to in the house in my car now with her in the car.
Oh, okay.
There's so much music going on in that car, and like
Yeah. You like the heavy metal stuff, so
hardcore, punk
Yeah.
rock, metal. That's and she's listening to all of it.
I love because I remember a video you posted and it was like her like fucking jamming out to some kind of hardcore thing. I was like,
Yeah, she's been to all like the hardcore shows that I would go to.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
been to. There's a fest every year that's called This Is Hardcore Fest. It's like a 3-day, 4-day weekend, fest. And she's been there. She was there when she was 2 years old with the
headphones on.
noise canceling headphones on my shoulders. That was when she was 2 or 3 or something like that. But now she knows the culture and the experience of it, and it's because I remember like feeling it here when I went to a concert when I was younger, a Hatebreed. No, I took Mike Lowry recently.
Oh, really?
We were just out and about, and I'll get back to that subject, but we were just out and about drinking in the city one day, and I was, yo, I got to cut. I'm going to a show, blah, blah, blah. The person I was supposed to go was like, yo, just go. Extra ticket. So I was like, oh, I'm going to the show. And Mike Lowry was like, I'll go with you. I was like, are you serious? You ready for this? And took him to Hatebreed, and he was into it and blah, blah, blah. But he was just like, oh, I feel it right here, da-da-da.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Hatebreed for the first time and just feeling that, and I was 12 years old or something like that, and just that bass, that live,
Live music, you can't beat it. I randomly ran into you. Remember, I was like, yo, look to your right.
Right.
I was at the Rejects concert.
Yeah.
We were listening to a band.
Was that the Man Center?
Yeah, at the Man. I look over. There's thousands of people. Look over. I see Mike. Look, I'm like, no way, that's Mike. We're listening to the starting line. I'm like, no way, that's Mike. I look over. I'm like, yo, look to your right. He looks to your right. We go. Typical Mike moment. He's like, hey,
It's dope.
so that's cool that you bring her stuff, bring her around, and show her like the music. Have she ever seen you DJ?
In videos.
Yeah.
No, in person. I
don't think in person. We practice at the house, and she's been around for I've set up gear at my house, and I've been like practicing and playing, and she's seen it, but never live in person. But there's a video the after video that like the club will do for you after the night.
Yeah.
She has it on her iPad, and she plays it all the time.
Oh wow,
That's nice.
damn. Okay, so I always
that.
like this because a lot of people they probably know you have a daughter, but that's one good thing about this podcast is I like to bring out people's backstories that like a lot of people probably wouldn't know about.
Right, and that's something I definitely think more people should know about. We're not all perfect. We're men too at day's end, and we go through shit. So it's definitely trying to raise a kid and do this because I definitely have my ups and downs with it. So, but
Kurt has 2 now.
Right.
What's it like for you, Curdy
I
Kringle?
don't sleep a lot, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's at a different stage that I haven't really necessarily thought about because I've only been Kurt's 3 and my youngest is 7 or 8 months yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've only been in the toddler to infant stage, which is like,
I'm sure you're.
I hate to compare it to keeping a pet together, but you have to, it's just making sure that they eat, sleep, they want to do whatever you want to do, and after that they don't really have much reference. Kurt's starting to put sentences together and do cool stuff. Yesterday we did the elf on a shelf thing for like 30 days. He moves around, whatever. But like I said, it can be difficult. The one thing that I thought that was really nice what Mike said is, if his daughter's watching on the iPad, that means she thinks he's cool. I have not experienced that yet with my kids.
How old?
You know what I mean? Mine's just 3.
Oh, okay.
The other one's 2.
Dude,
He's starting to get there.
It gets so much cooler.
That's kind of how I feel about it. So for me personally, I think that's like something that I'm really looking forward to, primarily because you don't really know your kids up until they grow a personality and they can communicate with you. Those first like 3 or 4 years, they're just how do you feel about Nike was the one that passed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Vinyl. You know, you have a relationship with them. You're like, he knows when you're sad, he knows when you're happy, or whatever it might be. But eventually, it begins to grow into a position where they're communicating back with you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know how
That's
they
got to be
feel
a
about
crazy
you.
fucking
It's
experience.
very difficult to explain. But
Yeah.
feeling it is like, it's like unlocking a new emotion.
It surely
You
is.
could be happy, sad, whatever it might be, and then the way that you feel about your children is like,
Yeah.
Dude,
you start to
it
learn,
just
you
gets
reevaluate.
cooler and cooler as you're gonna see real fast, and that's the thing about it's going way too fast for me, and I don't like it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, I tell her all the time, I'm like, you were born yesterday, like stop.
Yeah.
You know, but she's definitely coming into her personality, and now she's getting sassy, man.
It's just like you.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Dennis, okay, if you can rate Mike's sassy level from 1 to 10, what would it be?
No, I mean, I'm gonna keep real with you. Probably more from her mother. If anything, Mike's not that sassy.
No?
No, he's
okay.
pretty reserved. Honestly,
All right.
I've grown that in my older age. I used to be that guy, but like everything can get rolled off the shoulder nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's like this new power I've assumed. I think even through jiu-jitsu, man, it's just like I got two non-negotiables. Don't disrespect me or my circle.
Right.
Everything else we can figure it out. You know, but like I don't fly off anymore. There's no reason. Life's too short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts, bro.
You know.
Said it. Life's way too damn short.
It really is, man.
You have any aspirations to have kids, Dennis?
yeah. I'm not like a hard no kid.
Okay.
Scenario.
You're open to the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm 40 though, so time's
So
ticking.
you're at a better time in your life where you don't
I got
feel like
time.
you got through whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. That's why I
guess
think
you're right,
a lot of people.
I live
are like,
my life,
you know,
yeah.
you just enjoy different things.
Yeah.
And having a child definitely opened that. up.
So the first time we tried to record this, so far we passed it, and we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes, and it's still recording, and it's still moving, it's still ticking, so we're doing
Nice.
good. So the first reason why we all got together was First Fridays with Kurt. Now, Kurt, I want you to talk about First Friday and what your like objective was with it.
Okay, so we talked about this previously. First Friday was really just a design to have a day of the month where you did things a little bit bigger. Maybe you had, you wanted to have those drinks. You wanted to go meet up with some coworkers, some friends, family. And I would say in the most recent years, I've had a lot of fun playing with another or two other people. It's probably the most fun that I've ever had in the 11, 12, 13 years that I've been actually DJing. And I wanted to do it with people that I haven't really gotten the opportunity to be able to do so. Not to mention that you hear a great name like these two, like Menace and Dennis and Mike, and I have never really gotten to know them on a DJ level. You meet in passing, you'll be able to talk to one another. You hear things about them that are, either positive or what sounds like a rumor, whatever it might be, and that's about everybody.
Or if we suck.
Right.
I've always heard nothing but great things about these guys, and I was super excited. I've known Dennis a lot longer, but I've met Mike more recently, and I can see why the two of them get together. They're like both of my split personality. Mike is much more like at my own life. He gets my humor. I mean, I laugh almost every other time, and I just met the kid not too long ago.
Yeah.
And Dennis understands my absolute appreciation for music and the respect that I think only so many people really have. And I feel like if you have that, you know that about someone else, and it's an unspoken gray area about things. And I believe Dennis has that, and I know why Mike has that, because he's the personality, everything that I never had when I was out. I felt like I had that music and I had to learn it. If Mike would have told me when I first started out, you got to go network, you got to go blah blah blah. That's why those two bounce off one another.
Bro, I try to like instill that in these younger DJs' heads. I was like, you got to be out, you got to talk to people, you got to meet people, you got to go up to DJs that you like to hear, and you just give them like, hey man, I know we don't know each other, but blah 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 blah, and especially when you're trying to get gigs. Like, you don't just go up to someone you don't know and be like, hey, I want to play here. And you're like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's actually flip-flopped for me because I'm like more the homebody now, and he's like, yo, dude, like, can you just like give me like a Saturday, like we're off, let's just go around the city and like just say it, and I'm just like, Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's snoring. He's chopping wood.
Right.
I mean,
But it's definitely important, and I had to get back to that, a little bit.
for years you couldn't keep me in, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
I was nonstop. I still try to, man, but like I'd be lying if I said I'm not tired too.
Yeah. So if you could,
We all are.
see, I'll go around the room real quick for the younger DJs listening. If you can give them one piece of advice each, what would you give them? We'll start with Mike.
Yeah, just what I said, just network, just go out, go to parties and events, and just shake hands and talk to anybody you can, and just leave that impression on them. That goes light years.
Okay, Dennis.
I mean, like that's like just a huge one, obviously, the
Yeah.
networking thing. So like I guess I would say the same too, but to not say the same thing, like know your music, or like yes, know the music, but like really know your music, like know what you have, know what you don't have.
Yep.
Like, like understand where you can get better in.
Okay.
It's just like just have a really big understanding of like what you're doing. I think a lot of people get caught up in DJing being like exciting and like like on the surface type things, but like to really be successful and have consistency, you got to think about all of those things I just said.
Okay.
Like just knowing what you don't know, figuring out what you should know.
Got it.
Knowing knowing the music that relates to certain crowds and understanding what you need to do in whatever type of way you DJ to like get the job done.
Yeah.
Because all those factors at some point in your DJ career, if you take this serious, will come into play at some point. And you just got to be good enough, or just like adaptable enough to figure it out.
Perfectly said.
And I think a lot of people fall short sometimes in not thinking those things.
Yep.
Rather than just being in that moment and then being like shit.
Yep. Gotta be versatile.
Yeah. It's
Curdy.
and you still learn all the time. So
Curdy
Absolutely.
Kringle.
Don't break your concentration. Don't allow anything to really shake you. It's going to be a really tough road. You're going to have years it's going to be up, and years you feel like it's never going to come. And for me, at least personally, they have a really great story. Again, you're on the episode, so I'm going to keep referring back to you. I wish I had an awesome story of coming upbringing. 8-9 years, nothing really happened for me, and I went through COVID afterwards to get one single break to be like with Barstool, Wicked Wolf, all these other great places, and doors just immediately started opening because I had put in the work, but I did not allow that to stop and defer me, even though I had to take the serious, with having a child. When Kate was pregnant, there was a potential that I might have to leave this thing, and I can't be me without it, if that makes sense. I can't.
Sorry, he's
give me a
opening
scoosh.
another.
What's it called?
he needs a skosh.
Yeah.
No, so that's all good things, and I can't even piggyback off that. I think they're the top three.
Yeah.
I guess that what I would say is when you kind of go to, actually, yeah, I'll piggyback off what you said. You said you had all these years and nothing happened, and so I think my suggestion to you guys, to anybody listening, is just keep pushing, man.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing, because look what's happening to you now. You're blowing up.
That's a very nice thing to say. But
Yeah, you're blowing up.
I had such a good time at that first Friday with you, and yeah, we haven't played with each other and stuff like that, and
Pause.
right. And what does Styles P say? Real niggas shouldn't have to say no homo.
He said it like him too.
Yeah, I know.
And I said that because I heard that song the other day.
Because you mentioned the first Friday that you guys did that, this podcast was supposed to air that week.
Yeah.
Let's recap that night.
That was the night of. We got in there early.
Yep.
We set up. We had the whole production going on up there, and we had some smooth teas flowing, and that was fun. And we got right into it.
Mike is my fun side because he's every intrusive thought I have while I'm DJing.
Oh, yes.
He's just coming up to me with cans of liquor, and he taps me on the shoulder, just cracks me in my ear. I laughed
You heard what he
so
said
hard.
in his ear. That's my thing.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, my God.
I like to gas the boys up and just go.
I've done that to
in their
everyone
ear.
this past week. And Dennis is the same way I am, where it's like I'm in the zone. Do not break my concentration.
100%.
I'll
You
take
know
it
how often,
disrespectful.
yes. And I like when we get drinks and stuff, I'll monitor his drink all the time. This has been throughout the years. I'll be like, drink. Drink with me. Yo, he is the worst drinker. He does not he'll sit on a whole drink.
no, I'll drink, and I can drink. He'll vouch for that.
Oh yeah.
But like what Kurt said, like when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm just I don't really care for much else.
Yeah.
And not like in a like a corny way, but like
right.
I
You
really
could be my best friend.
I
Stop.
care about what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm the
trying
same
to
way.
Sound really good.
Exactly.
I get like now I'm so focused now when I'm DJing because I feel like the crowds, their attention spans is really not there.
Yep.
So like I barely drink when I work now. That and I'm 40, so I have to pee every 10 minutes. But,
Oh my god, dude.
So I stopped.
That's the
I'm actually
upside.
pretty good with that, man.
No,
I
not
can,
me.
I can go a whole night
guys-
and stand in
yeah,
a booth.
never mind.
So I stopped drinking energy drinks before I DJ now and everything because of that. I'm like afraid I have to take a piss.
Right.
But I feel like when I'm sober, I'm more locked in. Like I'm more like focused.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know I've had.
I feel better when I'm buzzed.
I know.
Like,
I know I've had good nights sober for sure, but like that's been my downfall sometimes when I'm like, yo, I can't lock in right now with this crowd, regardless of like how focused I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can't lock in. And you know what helps? When I rip like 3 shots and I'm like, fuck this, I
Yeah.
don't care.
See, that's
And then I actually start figuring it out in
So
some
you,
way. shape,
so
or
Mike just had to crack a couple of more cans in your ear.
But I know both of those spectrums because what I do twice a year usually is like the beginning of the year after the holidays are all said and done, I'll go 1 month completely dry,
Okay.
and then usually sometime after the summer, but it doesn't always work out so good after summer because you're rolling into fall activities and stuff like that, and so I know what it's like to DJ sober, and I also know what it's like to be on the other side of that. And I like going in and getting the edge off in like a couple, 1 or 2, and then now we're grooving. Now we're in mode.
So let's let Kurt, if you can describe the first Friday with Menace Cartel. That was your first one.
that was the second one. Smoother than I did the first one.
Okay.
The first one popped off really well. I mean, it's also a Friday night, so respectfully, you know what I mean? They do a really great job, but I think more of the industry people that we know specifically roll through because of the fact that they know we're doing something.
Okay. So recap the night in 30 seconds.
First, we did a podcast, and that didn't work out. So as soon as that was finished, I think Dennis and I kind of opened up. Am I wrong about that? It's been a month now.
Yeah.
I think you and I were like just playing back to back not back to back, but I think anytime I party or anything, I always feel as if I'm the host or guest or whatever it might be. It would be rude for me not to go first to either play stuff that I think that fits what's going on or not burn them or allow them a little bit more time to be like, hey, there's a little bit more of a crowd, put the energy into it.
That's
Instead
nice
of
of
being
you.
like, well, I think you should be doing it. Anyone that hosts an event should do that.
Gotcha.
Take the more, the tougher parts to be able to play and allow somebody else to shine.
Respect.
Yeah.
I like that.
So with all that being said, I think by like 11:30 they started going in, and that's when the drinks started flowing. And I think that's when Mike and I like really started to become like, when I say friends, it's just like, you know what I mean? There's like no boundaries anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember like they were playing some really dope like house edits. We started into like I think we started out higher BPM and then went back to like 2015, 2016, and then when they jumped back on, I can't remember what I meant to actually ask you, but I got it on video. They played like a house record that I hadn't heard in a while, probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, somewhere like that. And I felt like it started the night, you know what I mean? And they know what they were doing, and it was a build up to it. And it was like the last 15, 10 minutes right before I jumped on, and that's when I knew I was going to do my thing, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And they did a great job leading up, which is a very difficult job to do if you're not the right person to do it, if that makes sense. If you're out, you're not thinking about it that way. They set me up almost like, I was on deck and they knew what was going to, you know what I mean? They were like, all right, let's get the first or second to get around the
It's
space.
an art for sure,
It
and
is.
we learned that in AC because a lot of Premiere was.
Opening is an art form.
It really is, and honestly, it was annoying in the beginning because you're so hungry and you want your time, but I love it. I like looking back. I loved it because it's an art, and we got to like really set these guys up for greatness in that part. And closing was even more fun.
PS1 was the king of opening.
Yeah,
King, because he learned in the right spot.
yeah.
So it's
Not
like,
only that, but after, and not to jump through or around, but after we just did Sunday together again, it was like a breath of fresh air to see them again. But even
So
at that,
fire.
we knew what we were going to do, meaning like we knew what we were capable of.
Yeah,
so we were definitely playing some records that I think that were a little bit harder for the room than
I feel like you go back to back with certain people and it doesn't go well, and then you find those people that it does go well. Because I've had that happen where I'm going back to back with someone, I'm like, we're not in the same area.
Sure, yeah.
And it's hard because then you try to get on their wavelength, and it's like, fuck, I don't know if I want to do this. So
I jumped in, and the second song I played was Eli Brown, "Diamonds on My Mind."
Yeah.
And he came up to me. I was like, "What do you know about this?" I love when I get a reaction out of somebody like that. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you know, I like I just said, I feel like when you have, you know, same kind of DJs around you and everything, it just makes work so much more fun, man.
It's
Let's
unreal.
have fun. Let's have fun.
I know why people do it in 2s and 3s and 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, if you guys were a trio, what would the name be?
I don't know, man. That's
I don't know. I don't know if we could play with the idea of it.
Menacey.
Sandwich Boys.
So,
Shooshers.
God, I got to get the Glizzy outfit and then I'll start this guy.
Honestly,
The Glizzy Gobblers.
Dude,
the Glizzy
that-
Gladiators.
That was a crazy night for the boys. I think those costumes had some energy to them. That yeah. He threw his
The dogs are retired.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're done. All right, cool.
The dogs are definitely retired, man. That was a
Tacos come in 3s, though.
They do.
I don't know. Menacey sounds nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let them think about it.
Menacey. I like that.
We did it one time with Hollywood, and that
Menace
was like
Cartwood.
Menace Cartwood.
We were Menace Cartwood.
Yeah.
We did a couple.
How did that come about?
I don't know.
Just being at down so much.
Yeah.
Something that Red created?
It was
No, it was that was more like Ryan era.
No, that
Oh,
was
was that Reiner?
that was Tim, wasn't it?
Well, Ryan and Tim, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
No,
it was a Red era.
It was just from us playing so much at the time. He was too,
And he was also playing at Premiere also.
yeah, and we were
okay.
yeah, and we were homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hollywood's a good dude. I known him a long time.
So we
Him and
were,
I recently were like really connected. He helped me out big time doing a triple shift at Wicked Wolf. Played like the last 2 hours with me, most of him.
Yeah.
And he like just, I was like,
He just showed up?
Yeah,
What?
he literally pulled his laptop. I was like, yo, he just pulled his laptop out. Like he knew exactly what was going on. So
we rocked with Hollywood for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's definitely
the
been
opportunity became new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been really great. But he was saying a lot of nice things, and I literally couldn't find a problem with what it was that he was doing. It was like he came there knowing that I was. You know what I mean? Like we were going to meet.
The problem is he has too much money. Honestly,
He's got way too much
We
bread.
tell him every time we see
Yeah,
him.
all the
So
time.
I had him on the podcast.
Hollywood.
Hollywood money.
Too much
Hollywood,
money.
yeah.
I had him on the podcast, and I was like, "What's your month look like?" He has a dot on every day,
Yeah.
for him.
whether it's a
Yeah.
photo booth rental,
Right.
Flyers appearance.
A hustler.
Yeah, he's a hustler, man.
Everything he does with the Flyers, I'm telling you, too much money.
Yeah, new BMW every 3 years.
For real.
I'm gonna tell Hollywood,
Hollywood
to listen
for
to listen to this episode. I'm gonna tell him we mentioned him. I'm gonna start doing that. Actually, I
Yeah.
used to tag people who were mentioned in it,
Yeah.
and then
So they listened through the whole
they would
thing.
have to, they would have to listen to the whole
There's a
thing.
couple to tag, so we're gonna have to
Everyone take a moment, start naming names so we can tag.
It's just like you just got a list.
You know who's my boy is Punzo. Punzo is my boy, dude. I
Yeah?
lop that
Phil?
kid.
Which one?
Yes, Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I learned some interesting things about the Punzo family recently.
Okay.
I heard apparently the one brother is like, he's like, how you done? Like
Oh
the
yeah,
real,
dude.
without getting into too much detail,
Yeah.
he's like, how you done?
Yeah. So yo, listen. Back in the day, Benny the Bums, South Philly. You guys remember that?
Yep.
Wow.
Those Eagles parties.
Yeah.
that Ben Kemp was throwing. Shout out to Ben Kemp. Tag him. We'll figure it out.
Jesus.
So that
That
was
whole chef now.
yes. I told him. I said, bro, I don't care what you do moving forward. Just make an Instagram of just cooking and recipes. And he was
killed
on
it.
a chef. He won a show
Yeah.
before and all that stuff. But going back, Benny the Bums, Frankie Punzo.
Yeah, that's the one I was.
I always say Francis. I think that's it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
anyway, he was DJing. And that was like my first time of like, and that was like when house music was really good. Like, you know,
Yeah,
house
yeah.
music's great, but that was that time of house music, like kind of like that OG era. I like to call
They
it.
used to do with Rocco Nocturnal or something like that
But
on
that
Q.
that was Phil. Phil.
Okay, sorry.
Phil's a really good DJ too.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's a listener of the podcast.
I listen,
He's a producer.
and he's
Yeah.
a
He's got
producer,
3
man.
kids.
Yep.
3?
God bless him.
And he got mad music.
Oh, he's got endless music. If
Yep.
I'm ever in a bind, I'll ask Punzo. Yo, Punzo, do you have
He's
any?
got 3 kids.
Yep.
Yeah, young gun. Well,
I would have
ones like
never
mine.
known that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got to at Phil Punzo.
We will definitely add Phil.
He
Punzo.
listens, so that's
Love you, Phil.
Yo, he is my boy.
How you
Like,
doing?
at my job, I would just jam all his mixes and just be like this. Like ew, like what the boy's nasty.
Damn, really?
Yes.
It's real chill too. Like you wouldn't even like.
No, every time I talk to him, he's always like,
Oh, that's
Hey, Tonka.
him. That's
Hey,
him.
Tonka.
Like, yo, I was like, you could smile one day for me. We'll figure it out. But, you know,
how did that relationship come to be?
just back then doing everything with the Cav and, you know, Q102 events and stuff like that. And he was kind of in it. And then, you know, Benny the Bums was a thing. And
Yeah.
you know, that's how I met them. And he was actually helping us out a lot with the Cav, like making like road edits and stuff like that for our live performances, and then doing remixes to them. And Q102 would play them.
You're
Like,
blowing my mind right now.
yeah.
Yeah, Phil's a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have him on now. I had no idea.
He's always been as long as I can remember, always been a real big supporter of us. Just like
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's always showing love.
He does. That's what he does, man. And he's a phantom in the night. No one. He don't go out. He don't. You know.
What does he do?
He's at Chicken and
Chicken
Pete's.
Pete's.
I know he does all those, right? He does
Yeah.
all the
That's
locations.
his bread and butter, man. He's killing it over there.
Yeah.
I used to talk to him at parks. I would see him at the parks one all the time when I was doing Saturdays over there. I would go in my band breaks. I would go say what's up to him because I was always amazed with all. He was like Ronnie at that point with doing
Yeah.
video DJing.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, this
Yeah,
is
he
so
doesn't-
fucking cool.
Everything he does it very well.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Just he don't mess around, man.
Yeah, good dude, man. I gotta have him on. I had no idea he had 3 kids.
Yep.
I don't know why that's the all the nice things.
Well,
you just said.
I'm just saying. I know he's a good DJ and all these things, but like, that
boom.
just shows how much you don't
Sorry,
know. About.
Phil, if nobody was supposed to know you have children.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, you follow these people for years and
Yeah.
stuff. You're friends with them, but you don't know that kind of
There-
information.
yeah,
Just
but
keeps
we're
to
all
himself.
getting older now. Like we have families, kids are coming
Yeah.
into play. That's You see the gray in the beard now. I mean, you
Bro.
see,
Look at this shit. I'm looking like Paulie Walnuts over here.
dude. Yeah, I'm embracing it now. Like,
How old are you now?
35.
30. Dennis?
33.
33.
Damn, I'm the oldest guy in the room. Nice.
Yeah, man. But
Your
we're-
birthday just
we're-
passed.
We're
Happy
all,
birthday.
we're all pretty old though. if you look at it, honestly.
Old boys.
For what we do, absolutely. But I feel like a lot of the people that I met, the places I
All right.
wanted to go, they were a little older than I am.
We're gonna wrap up the episode with this one question. Okay, well, actually 2 questions. I'm gonna make it 2 questions. First question: did you see yourself when you first started out? I'm gonna go around the room and ask this question.
good.
Do you think you would still be doing this at your age when you first started?
No.
Okay.
I don't really know because I've always had a day job. You know, I was in beverage sales and sales in general and stuff like that. So I always knew that would kind of take over, and this was just extra on top. But DJing has always held me down when I've been in those
Same, bro.
between phases. Held me down hard. So it's just like bartending. You know, they can't get away from that money and stuff like that. And that's what's coupled with just like I told you, I quit for a couple months and I thought, you know, we'll see how long this goes. Just miss it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a performer. I miss playing and also the cash, you know, keeps
Yeah.
it coming back.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Dennis?
I guess yeah, man. Honestly, I stopped going to college for this. I had to make a decision kind of early on, like if I'm gonna commit, I was gonna commit, because I knew I couldn't balance a full-time job, full-time school, and full-time DJing early. So I said if I was gonna actually do this, that I was just gonna do it.
Fuck it.
Completely.
Yeah.
So I think in that decision I made, I did see long term, just
Yeah.
because it was either if this isn't going well in like 2 years, like I'm gonna have to figure it out,
Yeah.
or like if it is going well, then I'm gonna continue until
Yeah.
like I don't know until
And you guys rock it in the summer. You guys are rolling.
yeah,
it's
summer's a lot.
Summer's yeah. So like aside from the pandemic, for a long time now, I'm extremely grateful that like for as long as I can remember, every weekend of every month of every year, I think we've been able to book, with exception of like I don't know, like
Like a random Saturday or something.
yeah, or like maybe a one Friday or something.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
But like I you know
Those are welcomed.
Yeah, these last 2 months, I had I had 2 nights off last month and 1 night off this month coming up, which is it's kind of like after the summer we had and everything, it was kind of like if I took a breath of fresh air, kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean for sure. Well, when it's how do I put this? It's like it's better when it's. I think we don't try to plan for it because we're like work.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's our job. But when I can look out in my calendar and be like, I know I'm good for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And know that it's been like that for a long time. Especially when I made the decision to go full time. Like, I don't remember exactly how long now, but I don't know, maybe 7 years, 6 years that it's been my only source of income. To not feel like I regret it yet and even during the pandemic, even though which probably that was the only time where I kind of was like, oh damn, like is this my demise in terms of like feeling
Everyone
like I
did
can't.
that. Yep.
Yeah, that was universal. But I'm just saying that was like the first time that I even did that.
Yeah.
So like to at least know that I have that under my belt. I guess to go back to your question, I kind of did think long term that I would be doing this.
Yeah.
And that if for some reason I wasn't, I still love it enough to know that like I would still probably do something DJing wise.
Yeah.
Just for just solely for the sake that like I just love it that much.
Yeah.
Man. So like
I feel you.
Like why wouldn't I position myself to do something that like I enjoy enough to like want to do, right?
Right.
Because like what do you do with your free time? You try to do things that you enjoy, right? So like I'd be doing that anyways, in my opinion.
Yep.
Even if the financial aspect wasn't full blown there.
Yep.
Curdy McGurdy.
I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life, like with this stuff. And obviously, blessed from here to there, doing everything. But I always felt like this was long term. I need to get at least about 10 years in between me to really go full circle, to experience the ups and downs.
Yeah.
To truly understand what this thing was.
Okay.
So a lot of the people that I respected were already 40 plus.
Yeah.
Learning after that, understanding like different things. This was, as Dennis has already said, this is something that I just love to do. And I think it was really apparent during COVID, because I didn't have it, that I learned a lot about myself and how much it makes me happy.
Okay.
So it's very tough for me to even consider anything alternative. Now, mind you, things go sideways, something needs to be done. Happy to, explore other options. But
for sure.
as long as it's going well, in the next couple of months, I know that things are going well. I almost know what I'm going to be doing to a rough estimate for next year. Once you get to that point, I feel like you've kind of made it.
Okay.
I'm doing what I've always set out and wanted to do, and I'm glad it took me so long to do everything, because I love it so much more.
Awesome.
And the pandemic really slingshot me back, and I was like, and I got, and again, you get lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Sometimes,
wonderful. How about you?
Oh boy. Well, me and you have been friends long enough to know that
2017 is when we really connected.
So I had right before the pandemic, I got a job. It was randomly. I took a job because I was like, I want to start, maybe only doing the gigs I want to do and stuff like that. And then the pandemic, I was like, holy shit.
Thank God.
It was like the universe put this in front of me, but I always come back to it, man. Always come back to it.
Always do.
I'm 40 years old. I could say that I'm booked 90% of the month. So
Yeah.
That's great.
I started doing weddings now and stuff. So I'm going to rock this till the wheels fall off.
Dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think Kurt knows where I'm going to go with this final question, because he's co-hosted, I don't know, 18 episodes. So he shakes his head, but he kind of likes co-hosting.
I love podcasting.
Yeah.
I get to know these people on like a level, and I get to play it back. You never.
Yeah, so we're gonna start doing this with like when he brings in like guests that I don't know for like First Friday and stuff. So we're gonna start doing this a lot more. But
Cool.
Final question to wrap up the podcast, guys. We have reached a new thing. We're at 1 hour and 37 minutes.
There you go.
So we're double the time
We
we
need the
had
clap.
before.
We need the clap.
We need the applause. You want the
Yep.
applause?
Hit me with-
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Maybe do this.
We should add
So-
that to like Jimmy Fallon or something.
So, where do you guys see Menace Cartel as a duo, not split up like Coconut Cove's whack ass did,
Right.
in 5 years?
I don't know.
Nashville, Tennessee. baby.
Nashville,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Yeah.
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 Well,
we definitely need to get our music right as far as like making our own. We've been saying that for years and years and years and years. And Nashville was so incredibly inspirational. It hit all the
Where'd you guys play down there?
Barstool.
Oh, okay.
Barstool
Yeah,
and
Blind
then
Barber.
Blind Barber.
Blind Barber. Okay.
Yeah. And at the same weekend we were out there, there was a music conference. It was pretty much all agents but for country people.
Okay.
And managers and X, Y, and Z's were out there. And my cousin Dewey is tied in with that circuit. And he got me into the conference and got me into all the after parties. And I was speaking to all these industry figures, and it ignited that DeKalb feeling again of writing music,
Okay.
getting placements on, BPM and Sirius XM. We had singles on that, and that's what did it for me. That's what writing music and recording and stuff like that's within me.
Yeah.
So for us, we've dabbled in production, and we even made like 1 or 2 tracks and stuff like that. But the consistency of it, and that trip really showed me that we have to get back in the studio.
Yep.
We have to like start making music again, and shopping that music to maybe different artists and stuff like that. Oh, produced by Menace Cartel. Oh, produced by
See, that's what you need, man. I feel like that's what you guys need to kind of maybe push that to the next level.
Because pre-Eva, that was the plan. We wanted to, and I had a friend that worked at Scam Artist, and I asked her, I'm like, what do we got? Because at the time, working at Haven and seeing all these guys travel from different city to different city and flying in and out, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, this is what we'll do. And I was like, what's the roadmap to that? And then she's like, yo, you have to master your city, first, and then go to this city. And then
did that.
Boom, 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 boom. And then that's where I at least thought that's where we would go with it. And I remember her parents asking me, like, Mike, you have a kid on it. What's your, what I'm saying? Like, what
I hate when people approach me like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's okay, because that's real talk.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is this about? But they just didn't understand what my goals and aspirations were for it. Like, I love music. I love performing. I want to take this around the world, just to do it once or twice. If we get picked up, somehow, and just say I did it, and then I'll figure it out from that point. That's kind of why I didn't know if I saw myself coming this far. But now, taking what I've learned throughout the years, it's like, this is why we do it. This is why, we always go back to it,
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, personally, I think that's what I want to see happen.
Okay.
Well, so to, I guess, piggyback off that, I mean, obviously, I think, like, that's major. I mean, if you look at a lot of these bigger guys who've made edits, your beat breakers, and a lot of these younger guys like the Rivas and all these guys that are doing these dope edits that we're just probably all playing.
Yeah.
If you take that, and then Mike and I took what we do together, right, and traveled with that, I think that the combination of the both would really kind of give us that little push that we need, because once you start getting notoriety from all the DJs in the we're all playing this person's at it, this person's at it, right?
Yep.
But then you can look at those guys doing it and look at, these guys are doing it in this city and that city and that city. I mean, that's it right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like then you become that tier 1 guy
Yep.
that's playing across the country. And in my opinion, that's where I see us, like, being one of those guys.
Yeah.
But being us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because the reason why I said Nashville, like, joking, not joking, like, we loved it, man. And I think from being out here for so long, sometimes we don't see it for what we do in a different city that's not used to that.
Yep.
Right? Because I think that is what makes us special, right? So to be able to display that in different cities that maybe they don't know that, and they get a certain taste of what we can do, that will be what continues to get us around and keeps the consistency. And I think we got a taste from doing that recently. That to me, that's why I was like, oh, this is what we got to be able to do this and continue to do it. And then if someone could start attaching, oh, yo, you guys have that Menace Cartel edit, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like
The Menace edit.
You love that. You're trying to make that stick for sure.
I mean, I love Kurt, but I don't. It doesn't roll off the tongue for me. That Menace.
I don't know. I kind of like
I
that.
Like,
I don't
if
know.
we did a triple, maybe like Menace Cartel, maybe we can.
Menace is.
I even put you all first, so.
But
Oh wow.
that's the route. But
It's nice.
But yeah, so just that. I think like Mike and I have a certain aspect to us that is what it is because we have 11 years on our belt. And because like we are brothers. We are we've managed to work and build something out of a genuine passion. Like Mike and I did not start this for the money. I could tell you that much. Like, because we were not making, and that's the beauty in it. Cause like it wasn't about that. I mean, shit. Honestly, even up until the middle of our career, Mike used to have to kind of push me about the money, because like it wasn't about the money
It
for
wasn't
me.
for the forefront.
It really wasn't. I mean, like, yeah, I want to get paid, but like, I wasn't like, nah, we can't do this because we need more money. I'm like, sure, let's do this. Like, I'm excited to DJ. Mike's like, yo, ho, play it. Nah, we need a little bit more money than that. I'm like, but man, we're getting an opportunity. He's like, nah, dude, like, we've been
You got to pick and choose those
we've been
battles.
doing this, you know, and he's right, because like, you know, I think any good DJ who takes this serious at some point has had that moment.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
for
hold
sure.
on. Like, I need to add some value to this. I care about this to a certain level. It should represent what that is, right?
For sure.
And I think at the end of the day, as much as we all love this, right? Just how a business would at the end of the day be like, yo, but we're a business. Well, yo, we're a fucking business too, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
so like they should have that same level of respect that like we should handle the business, right?
And it's worked out. You know, a lot of guys are afraid to ask for what they think.
Right.
You know, and they don't ever do that because they're afraid.
Man.
No, you need to shoot. And what's the worst thing that happens? No,
no, right?
Yeah.
No.
Gotta
You
be willing
negotiate.
to take a step.
Shoot or shoot, Mike.
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot.
fire away.
It's
Name
sometimes-
the- name-
and right now for you, it's working out.
It is.
But it is. And also, just for like anyone that's like listening to this too, like, but you gotta bring what backs up that ask.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know, both on how you.
In due time. You know, a new and up and coming guy, do not get all full of yourself and come into the game thinking you're just gonna be Tiesto
Right.
numbers. You know, like, you know, no.
And yo,
That
it's,
comes in time.
you like there you figure it out, right? Like not everyone is gonna figure it out on their first time. You're gonna take some losses.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna, you know, take less money than you should have.
Right.
You know, sometimes you might walk away from something because you were maybe a little stubborn. I mean, just there's a bunch of stuff, right? But at the end of the day, you gotta match the type of quality that you're trying to
wanna be.
receive,
Yep.
right? So,
Facts.
I mean, as long as you
That
kind
is
of,
spitting knowledge.
I mean, you just
right.
it's just the truth, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
He's just right.
thank you, but it's just the truth, and I think a lot of people don't take the time to kind of understand that aspect because what we do is is fun. We fucking DJ for a living, right?
Hell yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, when you're this deep into it, like, you got to think about these things. I can't tell you how many DJs I look up to that I've asked them questions about everything.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you do for your taxes? What's the best way to do this? Like,
Yeah.
because like, yo, this is what we do for a living, right? So, as much as you need to worry about the type of quality of work you're presenting under your name and your reputation, put yourself in a position to be successful. Find out what you need to find out about this. All around, you know,
Facts.
because not everyone knows it, and I think even the guys who are most successful in it still navigate it in a way that they're trying to make it work the best they can.
Facts.
The guys that are on the top tier circuit, I listen to their podcasts. We're all in the same boat. I mean, they might be doing it on the top tier in these casinos around the country, but they have the same problems we do, and they deal with the same issues we do. So, that's something that I remind myself of all the time. You know,
I appreciate that. That's some good. That's
Not
some
all
good
of them
wisdom.
are 26, 27 either.
No.
Not all of them are our age or
the veterans.
Yeah, facts.
So think about that, how long it takes to get to that position.
Yeah, it definitely takes a while,
And to still be in those positions and still deal with the same issues that
bro.
guys on the lower level
It's-
do.
Seeing people like excel and act. Well, Active's a little different story because he tours with artists, but
Active is the man. That's why.
Yeah. Well, seeing people like Active's age and Excel's age still doing it, still traveling, still doing the thing they love to do, and they have their own little things. Like Excel's got his clothing brand and stuff now, but I feel like if you have the right mindset and everything, and you got a good backbone,
They know how to navigate it.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you know, it's the experience they have from figuring it out all these years.
Yeah.
It allows them to still continue and figure it out.
Yeah.
And have the respect for somebody like them who probably another 20 years ago was even more difficult to explain to people why you want to continue to DJ as you get
Yeah, for
older.
sure.
Right.
So for somebody like that, he's a shining example to be like, hey, this is what's actually possible. Do I get there? Not sure, but I know that there's a route in somewhat way, however it fits me. I can be involved. I can stand with the younger generation. I can keep it, but you know within yourself whether you're capable of that or not.
Yep. And I appreciate you guys taking the time today. I know it took us a while to kind of all come together, but thanks for coming to the studio.
All good, man.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you for having us.
This was
No
fun,
problem.
man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad that we finally got to sit down and do this episode because I know a lot of people know you guys, but I wanted them to learn more about how you started and where it all came from.
Yep.
Kurt, thank you for taking the time today. I know you got to
see you next week, probably.
Thank you for the sandwiches. That was
How much do we owe you for those?
Nothing. You know that's all.
Right.
Shout out to Oregon State.
Even if I wanted anything, I'm not going to ask.
All right, I'll treat you. I'll treat you this weekend some way, shape or form.
Real quick, shout out to all the longtime Menace Cartel followers.
Yeah.
I mean, I just we've been doing this for 11 years, and you know, I mean, it's impossible to
shout out to all the DJs, man. Everyone's showing love, and
we've been blessed around great circles and friends, and to still be doing what we do and be relevant. And to
I'm
build
glad to
these
call you guys
relationships.
homies. That's for sure.
Hell yeah.
So.
Listen, it's again, I'm grateful every day, man. Been around a lot of situations in which I walked away just being like, damn, I'm so lucky to have these opportunities and be surrounded with people that supported as much as they have all these years. So shout out to them.
Going on to the followers, how can they follow you guys on Instagram?
At Menace Cartel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you go on there, we have individuals, but like everything's linked to at Menace Cartel.
Yep. Okay.
I'm at Make It Hipster though, and then he's
Mike_Cartel.
man.
Okay. Not your government. I usually say people's government's names on here. But
Facebook is like kind of like for family and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I won't air out your government. I won't.
I mean, if you go to my Instagram, my last name's on there, so you'll figure it out.
Yeah. That's my thing on here. Is I air people's out.
Hey, I'm Mike Henriquez. Find me. What do you want?
Hey, wait.
We'll figure it out then.
But as always, thank you everybody for tuning in to Talking with Tonka. This has been episode 35 with First Friday's own Courtesy, aka Curdy Kringle, aka Curdy McGurdy.
Tonight it'll be at Menace KURTEL.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna change it.
I'm getting the at right now.
Yeah. I appreciate Menace Cartel stopping by. Make sure you guys follow them on all their socials. Kurt, you want to drop your socials real quick?
KURTEOUSY.
I thought maybe you had it tattooed on your
I thought
arm.
it was reaching for a tattoo.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right here. I'll get it tonight.
Okay.
When are we releasing this podcast?
This will be out Thursday at 8 p.m.
All right, so this Friday we're doing after hours at a strip club. Come holla at us at Cheerleaders.
How you doing? Wait.
Oh, it's First Friday this Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I should probably tell people.
Yeah.
Me and my brother DJ 9.
Start there, finish with us.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's good. I forget where I'm at. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter where you're at. But make sure you guys follow the page at Talking with Tonka. My personal page is at DJ Tonka_. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been episode 35 of Talking with Tonka with Menace Cartel and special guest Courtesy. Peace.
Goodbye.